listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode number 348, Deep Purple, Last Concert in Japan. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where I'm basically a licensed electrician, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John Cinnamon Apples Matola.
Is that the flavor or scent of the incense you are burning?
No, I told you it was myrrh. No, I don't know. I think
So what's cinnamon apples?
so. I realized this today. It was one of these things where I when I go to work every day, I take an apple and I slice it up into segments and then I put it in a plastic bag every morning and then I sprinkle cinnamon on it and then I take it and I shake it up.
Any sugar or just cinnamon?
Oh, cinnamon.
I
Yeah,
do for my
because-
daughter. I make the cinnamon sugar apples. That's like her snack almost every day.
Right, but I mean the apples have natural sugar, so I don't need.
Yeah, but when you're 10, you need the boost.
All right, well, I'm not 10, so I'm good.
Just
Right, but anyways, every time I'm at my desk or I'm having the apples, people will be like, "Is that cinnamon on those apples?" And finally today, like somebody inevitably asks me every day, and finally I'm just like, "What the fuck is so interesting?" Or why is this so mind-blowing to everybody? Is this cinnamon apples? It's like, why? I don't understand why everybody is so like perplexed by this. It's just like, they think like I'm the guy that invented Reese's or something, or, I like,
cinnamon and apples together?
they're like, what the hell?
Have you
It's
gone
like-
mad?
It confounds everybody. They're just like, it's like, yeah, it doesn't take a freaking genius to just go like this and shake it in the bag. But apparently, like to everybody at my job, it's just like, I discovered the new world or something. So I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's tasty. It makes it interesting. I mean, I don't.
My parents
And,
always did that for me when I was a kid. I don't know if it's like an American thing, but I don't know if they do that in the UK or whatever. I should mention that this is a live stream, so there's people getting treated to this discussion in real time, our wonderful patrons. But I don't know if in the UK, if that's like a common thing, but in the States, I mean, it's almost impossible. If you're going to find something that's apple flavored, it's going to be apple cinnamon flavored.
And I mean, I would like to, sprinkle some sugar in there. I'm sure that would make it tasty, but I mean, I'm trying to be healthy here. So I just,
it's a great snack.
eat healthy during the day, have a nice healthy snack. But most people are just like, a couple of people are just like, "Ugh, brown apples." And I'm like, no, it's cinnamon on them.
You cut into them, they're all brown.
Yeah, there's some. One person thought I was eating rotten apples, and I'm just like, I mean, I know that's my I know that's my personality, but come on. But yeah, apparently that just kind of just like freaking just blows everybody's freaking mind out of the water.
Well, Runar is saying apparently in Norway they have apple cake, which is apple cake and a cake with apples and cinnamon. Seems so it's at least that side of the pond, or that in Scandinavia, in the northern part of Europe. I would think it's probably pretty common.
Yeah,
well, I don't know. I don't know why people are blown. Mark is very glad he joined the live stream for this culinary tip. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to sign off right now. I got to try this right now. It sounds crazy.
It's just like something nobody's ever tried. This is a combination that nobody's ever heard of.
They just released an apple pie Kraft mac and cheese.
All right, no.
Well, I will say, I'm sure that that's not good, but one of Jen's friends for one of our Canadian Thanksgivings brought over. I think she's from Georgia, and she made this apple pie that had like aged cheddar in the crust, and served it with like slices of cheddar, and it was like the most delicious apple pie ever, and cinnamon. But just the flavor of like that sharp aged cheddar with the apple and the sweetness was just so good.
Yeah, I
do not think the Kraft mac and cheese is approaching that.
No. I mean, I've tried the cheese with apple pie thing before, like I not a cheap knockoff type of thing where I'm just like, oh, this is gross. I mean, I guess it's fine, but I mean, I wouldn't start like melting.
You'd prefer vanilla ice cream or whipped cream?
Slivering cheddar. Yeah, just more cream and sugar.
Yes, and Runar Siemenson's vanilla ice. So I think this is pretty not Vanilla Ice, the singer. Well, Singer is a little bit of a stretch. But hey, folks. Yeah,
I've seen that. I've seen that type of cake before, the apple cake.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's a little
yeah, it's almost like a bundt cake or a pound cake type of thing.
Yeah, and they make like an apple babka that's kind of like, it's not that shape, but it's like kind of that consistency. But yeah, it's really good. And I like the gâteau, like the Basque gâteau. It's like that really dense cake with the apples or pears. It's really good. But hey, we're not here to talk about vanilla ice or apple pie or anything like that. We're here to talk about Deep Purple. And the way we are able to do that is through support from our patrons. Our show is 100% listener supported and ad free. So if you get some value from our show, please consider giving us some value back. You can do so by becoming a patron on Patreon. You can donate on PayPal as well. Cash App, Ko-fi, all the links are available in our show notes, which are linked in the podcast. My dog's shaking up a storm back there. We don't have any ads. We don't have ads before the show, after the show, during the show. So the latest ad, so this has become kind of a bit, unfortunately. We just talk about ads that we don't air. But the latest one seemed very personal because they were like, if you live in name of Nate's town and are an alcoholic, you should check this out. I'm like, hey, come on now. I enjoy a good drink now and then, but I don't have a problem. I can stop anytime. Get off my back.
I mean, I can't.
The other one, that I talked about was living in Illinois. It's like, if you know somebody that's got a gun and is about to lose their fucking mind, call this number and we can have a temporary restraining order placed on them. And then there's this guy like doing a testimonial and it's like, yeah, my buddy was getting in a dark place. I was pretty sure he was going to hurt himself or other people. So, we took away his guns and then he got him better and he's got his guns back and everyone's happy. And I'm like, wait a second. That was too quick.
What kind of ads are you getting? Holy crap.
Oh, this is the kind of ads I get. This is what they think I need help with.
I guess.
Anyway.
She getting pets?
I'm taking off her damn collar so she stops shaking. So speaking of patrons, at our executive level at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald Jerry Kelly and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, we have Ovis Nakfi. At the 20 is Plenty tier, we have Alan. At the 10-pound Good Doctor tier, we have Dr. Mike Catan. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thiel, God Mortensen, Mikkel Steen, Will Porter, PhDPP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came tier, Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans. And Peter from Illinois. And at the Deep Thoughts by Fielding Fowler tier, Mr. You guessed it, Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Mottola.
I could do it.
Okay, here we go. And of course, thanks to our Hall of Famers, starting with
Rich, Young, Shayla.
I know who Rich is. Rich is my favorite.
Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. We'll have to get our Austrian and German crew some jingles, as they are Hall of Famers. Also coming up, make sure to get us your burn rankings. I think I said I needed them by December 1st, but I think you probably still have time as of the airing of this. Looks like we probably won't be recording that episode until the new year. Yeah, I have one package here, but I'm not going to play the jingle because it is said to be opened during our Christmas episode, which is next week. So it'll have to stay here on the table. Okay, so John, Deep Purple, last concert in Japan, December. This will come out on the exact anniversary, right? Yeah. December 15th, 1975. This will come out on the 50th anniversary, and that's why we're doing it. Some controversy surrounding this one. John, what's your familiarity with last concert in Japan?
So that's the last one of Mark IV, right?
Well, it's the last Japan concert of Mark IV.
Right, that's the one where Tommy Bolin fell asleep on his hand, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
The famous.
Yeah. I always loved this CD. I got this when I was collecting Purple CDs, like in the early '90s, and of course I loved this version of the band, and it might have been this and Made in Europe, because it was basically like Made in Europe, the sequel, except it had Tommy instead of Richie.
Yep.
It had, some Come Taste the Band songs on it. It had a Tommy Bolin song too.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought that it was interesting because of that. And, I always liked it. I always thought it was I almost thought of it as like a companion album to Made in Europe, because you had Made in Japan, and then you had kind of like the bastard children of the Purple live albums.
The live albums.
Yeah, the ones that didn't get a lot of attention, but they were interesting because you never heard about these songs or this version of the band. So,
well, it's interesting because this one is back at the Budokan, same venue, and also recorded by Martin Birch, same venue as Made in Japan. Were you familiar at all with like the controversy surrounding this at the time, or is that something you just kind of picked up on later?
What controversy of which we speak?
Well, the fact that Tommy was legend has it that Tommy couldn't play. And
right. I don't know if I went into the album knowing that, but I definitely knew that back then I had heard about it or read about it, because even then I was just like, I don't know if I was thinking, wow, that's really impressive that he played with his arm was asleep and he played with one finger, but it was just like, that's stupid, that's can't be right, like maybe he did some nerve damage or something like that, but there's no way that he was playing with one finger.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard that, but
you can see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been, and listening to this critically, maybe we'll have a different take on it. But I feel like it's been a little bit, maybe played up over the years, or made to sound worse than it was. As a casual fan, maybe having this come out, you weren't weren't noticing that as much. So this has been released a few different ways. This came out first in 1977, so after the band had disbanded.
Right. Oh.
My dog is sleeping on my cough switch, and I've got a cold, so we'll see how this goes. So yeah, you've got this version of the band. It was released in 1977 as Last Concert in Japan. They released it in 85 as a VHS, because there is video from it, but it's only 5 songs. And I'll highlight which ones are which when we get to them. So it's only like 30, 35 minutes, something like that. And you can find the full video of that on YouTube. Then it was released again in 2001, 2002 as this time around Last Concert in Japan, or I'm sorry, Live in Japan. And that's the full show. because it had been released as bootlegs as the full show a few times before that. So I always like to try to recreate as close as I can the live performance, like as it would have happened at the time. That being said, this whole thing, the runtime of the entire thing is over 2 hours. I'm like, it's just going to be too long. Break it up into 2 episodes. So maybe at a later date we can do the VHS part or something else. But I figured maybe just focusing on it, like we're in 1977, the band's broken up. We don't think they're getting back together, and this comes out and kind of get our take on it. Glenn famously has said that he doesn't think this should have been released because he wasn't at his best. Tommy was almost at his worst because of his, inability to play. That being said, everything I've ever heard from him, like I wish I couldn't play that well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think that when we heard which Rainbow album did we listen to where Richie was just like, I was uninspired on this album. We're like, I wish I sounded that crappy,
It was like Straight Between the Eyes or Bent Out of Shape. I remember when we did the episodes with Chris, and
it was one of those, and that it was like a quote from him, right? And it was, I mean, I don't know that I ever noticed when I listened to it. Like I probably heard it when I was younger and just thought, okay, this is really good. But then hearing all the stuff that came out after it, I would say that maybe we'll have to listen critically, but it's like my feelings haven't changed. But I do remember thinking after hearing all this, it's like, well, then why wouldn't they have just picked like a different show, a better show? I mean, you listen to Come Taste the Band, you listen to Tommy Bolin stuff, you're like, oh, he's great. And they're like, you know what? Let's just release the shittiest thing that he's ever recorded before he died. It's like, oh, that's great. Let's just do that. Like, why does that even make any sense to anybody? This couldn't have been the only show that they recorded that was good enough.
I wonder if it's just the Japan
release,
Japan element, Made in Japan was such a big thing. Oh, Deep Purple Japan, people see that, maybe they would think this is made, I don't know if that much thought went into it, but maybe it's just like, or maybe it was to appeal to Japanese audience to say, oh, this is the last time Deep Purple played in Japan, not knowing they're going to get back together, of course, and they just wanted to have it, maybe it was to, I'm counting, I think 6 or 7 bootleg releases of this. So maybe it was just to counter that and say, well, this is the official, even though the official release doesn't have, probably only has about a third of the material on it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They could have just taken a US show and called it Made in Japan. They wouldn't have to be like, record some show in like, Kentucky and just call it Made in Kentucky. Something like that. They could just be like, oh yeah, that was recorded in Japan. Who the hell's gonna know?
Or is there a city named Japan? And
Japan, Kentucky.
Japan. There is Japan, Missouri. There you go.
Oh, okay. See, because I know there's Paris, Texas.
That's right. Yeah, Japan, Missouri.
Made in Robax is Made in Providence. See, there you go.
Made in. They did one of the bootlegs. I think was called Made in Boston. Yeah. Japan, Missouri. There you go. It doesn't have like the Wikipedia entry has almost no information. Trying to see it's an unincorporated community. Oh my god, I see it on the map. It's like it's probably got a population of 3. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be great. They get like 18 people to show up to the show.
Some Midwestern band just records a live album in like a bar and they call it Made in Japan. They wouldn't be lying.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad to call it Made in Japan, but it's like, just kidding, we're in St. Louis.
But anyway, my point here.
I don't know if they did that because Japan's surrendered in World War II. They surrendered they signed the surrender on the Missouri. That was the name of the battleship that they signed the surrender on. So I wonder if Missouri was like trying to. Well, no. It says it was incorporated in 1860. That's weird. I don't know. Doesn't look like there's much going on there. We'll have to plan a trip there someday. But yeah, so yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would. or if they had any other shows that they had played in Japan. But it also could have been just one of those things where, hey, we're going to record this because we're back in Japan again. It's the Budokan. We got everything set up. And then Tommy goes and sleeps on his arm and can barely use it. And they're just like, well, everything's set to go. We can't, it wasn't trivial in those days to just say, okay, well, we're just going to do it tomorrow night or on the next show. You have all that equipment and everything. Now the amount of equipment you need would be smaller and more advanced and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. But okay, so that's the kind of little bit of the background of the show. Like I said, the capacity of the show of the Budokan is like 14,000. They said there were over 12,000 people there. I think it depends on how many seats they have versus standing room. But I think the reviews tend to say that it was pretty packed there. The video, interestingly, if we get to it someday, was directed by Tony Klinger, who did the Butterfly Ball. So I don't know if they're going to cut to people in animal suits dancing or if it's just going to be only the band. And then, Clive Smith helped direct, and Martin Birch did all the producing and engineering. So, yeah, the bootlegs include Driving Me Wild, Get It While It Tastes, Made in Tokyo, Manifest, More Tastes, and Tight and Last. What the heck that's supposed to mean? But all right. So should we get into it and see what the big freaking stink is about Last Concert in Japan? See if
I haven't heard this in a while.
Yeah. I haven't in a while, and I have Norman Weichelbaum's copy right here, his Austrian pressing. I gotta say, I love the cover. I love that logo that I don't think they ever used again.
Yeah, it was like the bootleg logo,
and it's it's a cool logo, very of its time, very late 70s. It's playing on the same sort of themes as Made in Europe and Made in Japan, but a much larger photo and not using that Stormbringer font like they did on the other two. So this is a really nice copy. Norman kept his records in excellent shape. On the back, you see some live shots of the guys. I don't think it's necessarily from these shows, but some live shots.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah, I always liked that album, the cover, because it was very colorful. It had that electric blue. You had that logo, like you said, it was very kind of like late 70s disco-ish type of logo, and then the stage show with all the smoke, dry ice, whatever, just going up all over the place, and they looked like they were in their rock star era,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. All right. So let's get into it here as we fire up Last Concert in Japan, opening, of course, with Burn.
Are you ready for some rock and roll? Are you ready?
The other thing I forgot about is you get to hear Tommy play Burn.
So, really, no Tommy.
I don't remember the bass being this forward.
Yeah, it's really in your face.
I do remember it being very keyboard forward.
Yes.
I wonder if they really mix Tommy down because he wasn't playing too well.
Yeah, but it sounds like it opens with an organ riff only, but then you kind of notice, oh yeah, the guitar's there, but it's...
Oh, there it is.
Woo. And
I will say,
wonder
I loved Glenn's bass tone back in the day.
yeah, it's very snarly, and I don't know what he was playing at this time. It looks like, in the photo here and here anyway, he's playing the Fender. I know he didn't play the Rick for very long. Yeah, it sounds like this really big organ that's filling up the stereo space, and then the guitar kind of shoved over to the left side. He's got some sort of like phaser on his guitar now.
Yeah, that is one thing that I remember about this whole show is that he had this just really super phased out guitar, which, you know, probably thinking about it now compensated for how poorly he was playing.
I just wonder how bad. I mean, we've all done it, right? You fall asleep on your arm and you wake up and you're like, oh my God. It just feels like it's not even attached to your body. You're like poking it and you can't feel anything. But usually within a matter of 20 minutes, it's back. Can you imagine how bad it is if you were just out of it and did it for hours?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I've never fallen asleep on my arm and then had to go to Japan and play a concert.
I've never had to go to Japan and play a concert. It does say on the back cover of this that this album is dedicated to Tommy Bolin. Which is,
see, I feel like even that's more of a slap in the face.
Yeah. It's a little, I don't know if you see that in the screen share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo, 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 woo.
It's a really weird tone for Tommy. Very uncharacteristic.
And I don't know if he was just trying to put as many effects on as he could to try to mask things. I mean, but yeah, you can tell from that that's not Tommy in his peak of his powers by any means.
No, I mean, frankly, it was a pretty shitty solo.
Well, right.
Well, I mean, it's just knowing what we know about how well he could play. It's just like he could have done he could have done a flamenco style solo. He could have done anything, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he was brilliant,
but it's funny. He kind of went back to some of his kind of standbys, like that sort of thing, because probably just is staying in his comfort zone of like, what do I know? I mean, it shows a lot of maturity on his part. It's like, what do I know I can play without really screwing it up?
yeah. But yeah, that's my first time hearing it in a while, and I mean, it's a really a crappy tone, and like the solo is just like, I don't know. I wish it was something better, but I do remember it and thinking like, I really loved a heavily affected guitar back in the day, so it didn't really bother me when I was younger. I'm like, all right, that's different.
It's just too much high end, too stabby, not. All right.
How are ya?
They're doing the thing where they fade out in between the songs.
All right, here we go. Here's the song for ya. And the people at the back here, just song for you called Love Child.
You kind of had a false start there.
Yeah, you could tell he was jumping ahead a little bit.
It's probably like, shit, I just want to get this over with. Get my arm back. I mean, God, he's lucky he didn't have to have his arm amputated or something if it was that bad, you know? Like, I don't know how long your arm can go without cutting off that level of circulation.
Or do you hear that he has that sound on his guitar?
Which is like what you expect for the beginning of Love Child, but it's like almost like he switched it over halfway through Burn. Like I said, almost like he stepped on every pedal he had or whatever to just try to get as many effects to cover things up as he could.
Yeah.
Love that. Everyone's suggesting alternative guitarists they could have gotten to fill in for him that night if he wasn't able to play. Randy California, Christopher Cross, Rory, or
Ricky Balkmore.
I think. Do you say Shake and Bake or Shake It Babe? Probably Shake It Babe.
Yeah.
I think he means Ricky Blakemore from Fandango.
Yeah, but I like that he spelled it Ricky Balkmore.
It's like we don't need Richie Blackmore. We got Richie Blackmore at home. It's Ricky Balkmore. It really sounds like a really bad pitcher. Mark says, Shake and Bake, and I helped. Yeah, and you start to hear it's funny, this tour had only been going on for a month, I think. And this is December, by March it was done.
Yeah.
And you could already hear what John Lord had talked about in interviews where he's having to come in and carry things.
Yeah, I mean, really, by any version of Deep Purple standards, this actually sounds kind of sloppy.
Yeah. I love that. Whoa. Now Scott's bringing up an interesting point. Wondering if he had flashbacks of this the night they did come Hell or High Water, and he had to start Highway Star without Richie.
Oh yeah. Well, except Richie was just being a prick.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't sleep on his arm. He just didn't feel like doing it. So it
I was
goes
gonna kick out of
into
Coverdale screaming and like speaking in Japanese.
screaming and then very calmly saying, "Ow!
Song
Arigato."
for everybody. This is a song called You Keep On Moving.
And this would have been the second to the last song they played actually in the set. They closed with Stormbringer and then an encore of Highway Star. Sorry, our chat is too good today. Mark Roback saying they
blowing
should
up.
have come out with an album, Come Sleep on the Arm. That would have been good. Well, one of the bootlegs should have been called that.
There's a picture of just like an arm just flopped over.
Floppy arm.
Just a floppy arm with like the pictures of Deep Purple, like, you know, going across the forearm instead of in the goblet. Yeah,
Well, he's
see,
able
Tommy's
to-
doing that okay.
Yeah, he's able to. And this would have been later in the set. And again, I'm wondering at what point. At what point did he get it back, or did he loosen up with time? Because we've only heard 2 early songs. This is later in the set, so I guess we'll have to pay attention to his playing.
Listen.
Oh wow, Scott pointing out they're selling Come Taste the Band glasses again. They had sold them before. These look a little different, but oh, I need these.
Let's see.
It's like a stemless wine glass.
Ooh, I'd get that. I'd fill it with some sweet burgundy. So wait, is this the official Deep Purple site?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're selling stuff from the non.
They've been a little more open to that. Like into like they had, I know they did like a background thing where they were like playing up the Burn era and stuff. Maybe it was last year for the 50th. Link in bio. Let's check this out.
$25. That's not bad.
For one glass?
Yeah. I'd like, you know, I'd like the full-on goblet, but you know, it's take what I
I
can
have to
get.
buy one for my bourbon. I wonder if I should ask for it for Christmas. Think it'll still be around?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think they're beating the doors down for it.
Hey, they say link in bio. I clicked the link in bio. It's not there. It's just a link to a bunch of music you can listen to. Which is normally a really good thing to link to for Deep Purple, but I want those damn glasses.
See, this one sounds better. This song overall.
Yes.
I do remember that, like, when we get to Tommy's solo, it's not even close to the album.
Yeah.
Keep on moving.
I love every time anybody posts anything about Come Taste the Band, you get like 2 comments in and somebody's like, John Lord said Come Taste the Band is a very good record. It's just not a Deep Purple record. It's like like the tattletale that has to jump in the comments. You know what John said? It's like, yeah, we know.
You know what Jonathan Douglas Lord said?
Scott coming through with the link. This would go great with my Made in Japan socks.
Yeah, just drinking out of your Come Taste the Band tumbler while you're wearing your Made in Japan socks and your Deep Purple podcast hat.
Yep. I bet they'll have them on sale around Christmas time. Exactly. Mike Brady said it. Nobody likes a tattletale. Okay, now we go into Wild Dogs.
For the first time in Japan, Tommy Bolin is going to sing for you.
I always remember that little intro.
Yeah.
Handcuffed to my wrist, I drag it everywhere I go. Sometimes I fight here with my fists, but if I knew which way was home, is where I'd go. If I knew which way was home. They put a car to cut me free. I'm sick of my own company.
I think this was like the first version of Wild Dogs that I heard. Like I hadn't owned a solo album before this, so
Okay.
So this was like the definitive version for me.
I'm pretty sure I heard I think there's like at least two versions on the Ultimate, maybe 3. So I think I'd heard that like the album version, and then the that acoustic demo or whatever that's on there. I always love the John's like bleep, 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 before it goes into the chorus, like really jazzes up the song.
Yeah, and Glenn's background vocals, which, you know, wasn't like this at all on the album.
Yeah.
It was interesting that they did this, considering all the other band stuff and solo stuff that the other guys did, and they never brought that into a Deep Purple concert.
Yeah, and I think that's just imagining what it would have been like if they'd stuck together and done their solo stuff as Deep Purple. I mean, I love all that solo stuff, but it'd just be really cool to hear, just like that little the little organ thing that John does going into it. Everyone puts their little stamp on things when you play together, so.
Like how Glenn goes nuts on the bass back here.
Yeah.
I think this whole part here, they really hit on something really good.
Yeah, this is great.
It's one of my favorite Tommy solos, like on this album.
And this would have been the 6th song that they played that night, so.
But I mean, it sounds like he had some of that fire.
Yep.
I mean, I liked it better than the album. I thought the teaser album was kind of poorly produced for my taste.
It's a great album, but I felt like with all the versions of this song that are out there, I felt that one's just
me.
It seemed just like kind of going through the motions. Like, I got to record this one.
But plus, I mean, I heard this one as my definitive version, and then I hear the other one, and I'm like, it's not as exciting.
Yeah, this one has definitely done a lot of excitement.
Like Glenn's bass just farted, like
he just dropped it, and then like John fell on his organ. Oh boy! All right. Well, before we go on to the second side of this LP, I'm going to thank our next level of patrons. That is, of course, our core level patrons. At the $6.99, the Nice Price Plus tier, we have Spike the Rock Cats, Ghost, and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell, Arthur Smith,
getting support from the patron Arthur Smith,
and Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, we have Kenny Wymore and Richie Sucksmith. At the 70 Norwegian Kroner tier, we have Kai Runa, Yes, I'm Norwegian Olsen. At the $5.99 The Nice Price tier, Robert Smith and Adrian Hernandez. At the 60 Kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, Newt Martin Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, we have Merlin Rota. At the £4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask. Let's see here.
Mom, I'm from Torquedo.
I like how she says like Tokado. At the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexi, the Perfect Stranger, Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf.
Do you guys ever have sex?
Coyote Bongwater. John Maselli.
I was just checking out the dessert tray, you know that 7-layer cake only has 6 layers.
Sarah Sanders.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Jelly Bean, Evan Robeson, Purple Swede.
Sweet.
And Ralphie Lee.
I hope to meet you again real soon. You have a good, deep, purpley day.
So I feel like we're slowly uncovering the mystery of Ralphie Lee and that Fielding Fowler. Well, everyone's involved, but I just don't know how deep the conspiracy goes. But I think that is the voice of. Let's listen.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so there's that, and then there's.
And I'm not a rich man, and I'm not your friend, Rich, either.
So that might be Fielding's voice. I always thought it was Steve.
I don't see the connection.
You don't see the connection? I always thought it was Steve.
Steve.
It just sounds like it sounded like him, but very very clever. But but he did post in the Discord a picture of him holding up all his the Vegas cards from Ralphie and dropping them into the mailbox. So or holding them on a balcony anyway at the hotel. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Ralphie Lee. He's an enigma wrapped inside of a Fowler. All right. So we are ready to flip this bad boy over. Side 2. Opening with Lady Luck.
He goes from 0 to 100. It's like, and this song's called.
Zoom completely cut you off. Zoom would not have liked David Coverdale with its noise reduction. Yeah, but he's just like Arigato. Ooh, that was nice. That he went and then just did some little bends there.
Yeah, I don't know what Glenn's talking about. I mean, he was pretty rocking on this album.
Glenn sounds great. Vocals are a little wild. I mean, it's always the case with him in this era, but a little more, I'd say, than normal. But his playing is great.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he was being a little too much with the slides. I love it.
That's one of the things I remember most about this album. It really makes it stand out.
Yeah, it's great. This is the second song they would have played that night. Did Coverdale just go, ah, shit? Like he tripped over something, or I don't know what happened.
I thought it was more like he was feeling himself, like, oh, shit.
It sounded more like I screwed something up sort of thing. Seemed short.
That seemed about the right.
Yeah, I guess it was 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
That is short. Oh, Coverdale is horned up.
What else is new?
We got a song for you.
is a song from Machine Head. It's a song you all know, so we're gonna go and do it. It's rock and roll. It's about a place called Montreux, Frank Zappa and the Mothers.
Frank Zapper.
And we want you all to have a good time.
Well, like Coverdale was trying to sell the song like they never heard of it. He's just like, you know, it's a song. Frank Zappa and the Mothers, you know, you ever hear of it?
He's like, here's a song, and we're gonna do it. Okay.
Pretty straightforward.
Mark just said it looks like someone on the cover of the album. It looks like someone kicked Coverdale in the nads. He's just bent over. He's like, oh, I need a minute. Maybe that was why he said, oh shit. They all came on to Montreux. No, Montreux's not a woman.
I actually like this version a little bit more than the other ones that they did, made with Richie.
Yeah.
Maybe because instead of it sounding like Mark II playing it without Dylan, it sounds like another band playing it. And it's got a little more swing to it.
Yeah.
That suits Coverdale and Hughes a little bit better.
Runar's sharing his copy where they spell Boland's name wrong, like they spell like Mark Boland. I wonder if this one's the same. Yeah, same thing here. Bolan. Oops.
Idiots.
And then in the back it says this album's dedicated to Tommy Boland, with his name spelled correctly at least.
Oh. Interesting. I don't know what the hell Tommy is doing right now.
He's just...
Sounds like he's just noodling around.
I think he's just trying to... He's on the struggle bus. He's just trying to get through it.
Alright, everything except the solo has been good. I hate to brag on Tommy, but man.
Did they used to do it this way where they sing the last verse together?
Yeah, I think so.
It sounds
yeah.
better than other versions I remember.
Quick little. John Lord sounds good.
Yeah, he sounds great. He's holding it together.
Oh, this is the quiet part before he screams.
Yep.
I said smoke!
Smoke! Smoke! Ah! Ah!
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
When I take your hand and sing songs, maybe you would say, come lay with me and love me, and I would choose to stay. But I feel I'm growing older, and the songs that I have sung like the sound of a wind going round. I guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. I can hear the sound.
It's kind of cool. They just kind of throw a portion of this song in there. And I like the kind of organ for, and I don't know if that was just because of Tommy or if it was just one of those things they often threw in there as an organ only thing. Oh, it's bass and drums too.
Hmm. Yeah, there's like no guitar in this.
Mr. John Lord.
All right, so now it looks like we'll go into a little bit of a Lord solo before we go into the conclusion of the show. Although this track is just labeled Woman from Tokyo, which is a little misleading because I think they just, like they always did at that time, they just throw in a little bit of it.
Hmm.
Is that why they called it Woman from Tokyo? Seems
probably
a little misleading.
Well, I mean, you get to hear some of it.
Yeah, Steven in the chat saying it doesn't even sound like Tommy's on stage. It's very likely you just kind of get like a masseuse or something to just try to massage some life into your arm. It's got to be an awful feeling. And frustrating knowing what you are capable of. Oh, Ian Pace is like, oh, I think I remember this one. And we even talked about this one when we did the Nebworth show, where they would frequently put this in the set, but they never really bothered to relearn it, so they just played it until it fell apart and they forgot, which is funny because at that point, like, wouldn't you just figure it all out? I would love to hear like a legit version of this song from Mark 3 or 4, because like Ian Gillan Band did it and they did such a cool version of it. In our Ian Gillan Band Budokan episode, which we did a while back, we got lots of comments about how much ass that show kicked.
I think this band would have done a good version of this. They'd just done the full instead of just an instrumental.
Yeah, I just shudder to think what Coverdale would have said about the woman from Tokyo.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean, he attributed tits to a car in Highway Star, so what's he gonna do if you're talking about an actual woman?
I like her knockers.
So basically, these 3 songs are all encapsulated within Smoke on the Water.
Right.
They tie it together with a nasty little bow at the end. Arigato!
Freaking rocker. The way he was screaming in this, I was always like, yeesh.
I wonder if it's just kind of like nerves, because he kind of knows what the band's going through at this point, so he's just trying to like almost distract from it. So here's the encore, Highway Star.
Thank you, Tokyo. Thank you. We're
Don't
give you a song, a rock and roll song.
Rock and roll.
A rock and roll song you all know. It's a song from Machine Head.
It's a song you all know, so we're gonna play it.
It's a song about speed.
It's a little misleading. It's about speed, you say? We almost started playing Ticket to Ride there.
Here's a song for you, it's called Highway Star.
See, even he didn't have the balls to say, like, the new Deep Purple. This is from our album.
Our album.
Funny, he pointed back to the, behind him. This is from their album, Machine Head. He pointed to Lord of Taste.
Let's listen. No, not yet.
No, it's not this one.
Okay, it's not Glenn's best moment.
No, this version is just amusing.
Oh yeah, Steven's saying, like, yeah, in the video at this point, when you see the video, there's like people just jumping up on stage and they're just like knocking them down like whack-a-mole. Big fat knockers.
Oh. Yeah, they sound like they were just done at this point.
Yeah. Graham Bonnet's disco pants and haircuts simply said, woof. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna attempt this solo. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is like worse than I remembered.
Yeah, this is pretty rough.
Oof. Yikes.
Yeah, they should have pulled out something else for the encore. But, you know,
Right.
the crowd's expecting it. What's he going to say this time? No.
No.
Big fat knockers.
No, he just went with
Knockers.
knockers. He did say tits in one version, didn't he?
I think in the California Jam, right?
Yeah, he said big fat,
Yeah.
big fat tits. I don't. I don't know why. It's not a phrase I hear every day, but when somebody says fat tits, it's just
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's very
Or fat knockers.
it's not
Oh,
it's not very delicate.
No.
At this point, they just gonna end it with a jam and not even go into a. Yeah, Steven saying I'm dreading hearing how the Liverpool concert will sound, their final concert. 50th anniversary coming up. I do have it in the queue. It's you know, this debate, do you do it from like a historical perspective on the 50th anniversary, or do you try to sweep it under the carpet and forget about it? But I think it's important to listen to this and have the discussion about this. I mean,
it happened.
And it happened, and it's realistic. It's not, I mean, no band goes out there and just does a perfect show every night. Thankfully, you know, they did versions of Deep Purple shows without Richie, and they did a version where Roger sang and there was no Ian. There's no recordings of those. Thankfully for the band, I'm sure, but I'm sure those shows weren't a treat either.
I'd love to hear a really good night with these guys. Obviously,
Well, we did the King Biscuit Flower Hour. I thought they were great.
yeah.
We did that one a long time ago. Kind of a chilling ending with that. Well, thank our next and final level of patrons for this episode before we wrap up. That's, of course, our foundation level patrons. Coming in at, if I can find my show notes, the £3.50 Deep Purple New York tier, we have Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, we have Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore Tights.
At the €2.50 Too Many Tears tier, we have Soldier of Fortune.
Too many tears.
At the $3.33 Halfway to Evil tier, we have Stephen Sharp. At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, we've got Peter Gardeau, Ian DeRosier, Mark Roback.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us who he is?
Stuart McCord.
Flight of the red, white, blue. Lights,
Ivan Fjellbu, Runar Simonsen, Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette, Joe Dopefish Sigler, Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler,
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, Lisa's Christ Superstar. At the 10 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made up name tier, we have the Paralyzed Arm, Leaky Mausoleum, Steven Somerville, the Concerto 1999 Fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Zwapper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco Pants and Haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
Eddie Lyon.
Homosexual.
And Sick Tone.
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. All right, so there you have it. Last concert in Japan. They said it would never be done. They probably preferred that we wouldn't cover it. But as you said, it happened. It's an important part of history. They released it as an album, and whether or not the guys in the band agreed with that, which I don't think any of them did.
Who released it?
Well, Deep Purple did.
So it was and I never really followed up on that. That's an official release, right?
Yeah, it's an official release.
Yeah, well, I don't think. Obviously, these guys did not. They couldn't have approved of it.
No, I don't think they did. But there it is. See, it's on Purple Records.
Oh yeah, okay.
Last concert in Japan.
But I mean, it's I don't take any joy in saying that this, that Tommy was not doing not playing great during this concert, but I mean it's a fact. There are a few bright spots overall, but I mean I think the whole band just kind of suffered. I think Pace and Lord were doing the best they can. I think that they sounded fine. Even Coverdale's
vocals sounded good. Glenn's sounded good for part of the show, and then towards the end it was I don't know if it was on probably on something.
But I mean, I think as a unit, if they were playing shows like this, it's not a mystery why a few months later they were just like, all right, we've had it.
Yeah, and anybody that's played in a band knows you just some nights you just click and it's like you can do nothing wrong, and then some nights you're just like, wow, we fucking suck. we're when it's not hitting and when you're not gelling and when you're being sloppy or whatever it is. I mean, So I think the problem was, I'm sure they've all had bad shows before, but I think the problem was cumulatively they were putting out more bad shows than good. And probably just started to feel that real frustration,
Yeah.
I will say this. I think Tommy shows a lot of maturity in this. For the most part, he's trying. I mean, it was a bad ending with Highway Star, obviously, but it sounds like he's trying to do things that are going to be within what his limits are that night. While also trying to probably figure out what his limits are. He's like, man, I can't play. I can't do this. And again, I don't know if maybe it was the arm and a combination of more drugs on top of it or whatever it was, but it sounds like he's making largely a lot of good decisions about what he should and shouldn't even attempt. Mm-hmm. But that being said, he just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it.
Nope.
But yeah, they after this show, they regroup and do basically 2.5 more months of shows, another 10 weeks, and then that's it. So I guess we'll have to think long and hard about if we want to cover that final show and see how it really went. The show that broke the camel's back, the final show in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, that's all I got for you. Anything else in closing? Anything we should cover?
No. No, let's leave on a happy thought, because this album made me sad.
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas soon, so it's a time of joy and merriment.
That's happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have good memories of this album. I mean, I listened to it quite a bit, but just hearing it, even like the Smoke on the Water solo had to have been one of the worst solos I've ever heard put on record.
You mean Highway Star, or?
I'm sorry, Highway Star. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, the Smoke on the Water one wasn't that. Was what the version overall I think was better for Mark IV, but it's just, hey, it is what it is. It's interesting to hear the best shows when they're killing it, but it's also interesting conversation when they're not killing it.
And let's face it, Deep Purple doesn't have even in this era. If you take this into consideration with all the live shows that they've released and played and everything, they don't have a lot of off nights.
Right.
So yeah. All right, a little bit of a shorter episode. You guys will give you a little extra time to do your Christmas shopping, and we'll be back at you next week with our annual Christmas episode.
Woo!
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.